I have to apologize for cutting off just like that. I have some issues that I have to quickly deal with in the office. I thought that I finished, for the day. But unfortunately, you can only say things just happen. So I have to go back and respond to attendees. So I apologize for cutting off without you knowing. But I'm back now, and we are glued together until I finish today. It's a sensitive program, a sensitive issue, which I would appreciate people to contribute immensely. If you have ideas as to what is happening in the United Kingdom in relation to the issue of children, families, and the social workers, the police officers in the United Kingdom, complaints have been coming to me, so it's becoming immensely high. Now we have to talk about this now and see how we can have a way forward, how to control things. I want to say thank you to all of you coming on one by one. I want to apologize for those who came on earlier on. My apologies to that effect. I'm so sorry. I'm on my nails. I am humble. I have to cut off immediately because I have important things to attend to. I thought I was finished, but I didn't know that I have to come back on. So welcome back. Welcome. Bless you. Bless you, my dear. Bless you. So I am really, really, really sorry. I have to be honest. My sincere apologies. I have no intention to just cut off and go. We have sensitive program and sensitive issues that we have to deal with. I pray that God will guide us and give us the wisdom to be able to deal with this matter today. But I am here today for you. You are welcome for coming on one by one. My apologies to the last effect one that I went off. There was no intention to be rude, because you are important to me. I didn't mean to be like that. But I quickly went to go and attend to some people that came in. They haven't got appointment, but I don't want to ignore them. So I'm really sorry. You're welcome, my darling woman, coming up one by one, all of you. Thank you for joining the program. We have sensitive matter, sensitive issue, and it's only for a matured mind that can handle this kind of situation that we are in the diaspora. I have got complaint, and I've got more than, if I am not being proud and exaggerating, I've got more than 20-30 complaints relating to this issue of social services in the United Kingdom. So I really want to have your attention. I want to have your input. You are beautiful, my darling Susie. Evening. Thank you for coming back to me. When people go and come back, you have to recognize them, because there's no time for anyone to waste. Hello, dear. Hello, dear. The question is, for how long do we want to live like this and allow the government to dictate to our homes? For how long do we want to continue in this manner? What brought me on at this particular time is sensitive. And I was close to tears. I was close to tears because it's a client that I have so much respect for. Take good care of his home and have respect for me as well. So I was close to tears, but he would not know because a brave person would put a brave heart on. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Thank you. You're wonderful. Without you guys, there will be no Tokunbo Lagbaye. Eniyan Shala shot me. I miss you guys as well, but I've been busy. I was a bit away from the country to attend to some work. And as I came back, there were the emergency work that I have to attend to in the office. So there is no way I can have time to come online to deal with issues of this type. So I left it as it was. The reason why I want us to talk about this topic particularly, because it might be your home tomorrow. It might be your home tomorrow. Because I let kéré ta ìṣẹ̀ ń bring ọmọ up lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ yín wà under 18. Tọ́mọ yín jẹ́ 10 years. So get 12, 13 years, 15 years, 14 years. 15 is okay. 14, 13, 12, 11, 7, 8, 9. So it is you guys that I'm particularly thinking about, not people like me anymore. It's too late. You know? So I really want us to address this matter once and for all. You know? We need to address this matter straight away so that we will know exactly what we are doing. Because unless we address it, we will continue to have the same issue, same headache. And I don't want us to continue to repeat ourselves all the time. So I really want us to talk about it. There is no way we can pretend. They pretend, man. The Yoruba adage says that Agba Kinwa Loja Kori Omo Tuntun Kowo. The headers on board, I want you to contribute. The experienced people on board, the professionals, whether you are a medical doctor, you are a nurse, you are a social worker, you are a teacher, you are a police, I really want you to contribute. I really want you to contribute. It's important to me. Because I have been quiet with this matter for a very long time. But there is no way I can continue to pretend anymore. Let us call a spade, like other communicators will say. Let's call a spade a spade. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ ojú abẹ níkò. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ síbi tó ń lọ. Welcome on board individually. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. We're going to catch up and start straight away. I'm fine now. You see, the complaint we are having now is increasing. It's increasing and it's causing problem in the homes, at homes rather. It's causing problem in a family. The question I ask on my wall now, without prejudice. The question I ask, without prejudice. It's an area of concern. And I would appreciate us all to deal with it today, once and for all. Should social services, police institutions, and head teachers, should they continue to have impact in the life of children and their families at home? Or should they back off? The area of concern is what I want us to talk about today. Area of concern is what I want us to deal with. Social services, according to the reports that I am having on my desk every day now, complain every day from my clients, crying on my shoulder. It's not making me happy. It's making me close to tears because the social services department have failed. They have failed in their role. The head teachers is lacking. And I hope the head teachers will know that they are lacking in their job. And I would suggest that the police officers concentrate on enforcement, especially at this particular time that we are facing so many issues in the country. I think they should have more work to do in that area than putting their nose into the matter that, you know, should be run perfectly between mom and dad, between dad and children. So what do you think? The line is open on 07908 628240. I've got many clients with different issues on the experience of social services. Let's enjoy the music first. The issue we're having here is that should we continue to fold our arms and watch them taking children away into homes? Okay, darling, okay. The question is clear and obvious. Of course, I absolutely want to discuss that with you. I agree. For how long do we continue to fold arms and watch the teachers, the head teachers, messing family up? Now, let's start on the typical scenario that happened only yesterday or 2 days ago. You understand? Let's talk about that. This is a client of mine that I have so much respect for. And without him, his wife cannot survive this country. There is no way his wife can cope with 3 children. He's been the forefront. He is not a man that anyone can push aside. He knows his duties, he knows his responsibility. He knows what to do. And he has never failed his duty of care. Because many times when I'm coming to work at 6:30, 7 o'clock, I see him after 7 when he takes the children to school in the dead cold weather. So I was a bit upset when he came to report to me and said to me that the teacher in the school, in his son's school, report his sons to him. Listen carefully, my darlings. His sons was reported to him. Now, you know African attitude, especially African Caribbean. Everyone knows the way we operate. If you report our children to us, we're going to get upset about that child and throw that child off. Now, if the head teacher, the social services, the police does not want the teacher to the parent to take child off, why do you have to report that child to his father? Why must you report child to his father at 3 occasions consecutively? It was reported first. The father didn't take action. Secondly, it was reported. Thirdly, and what did daddy do to him? The dad only twisted his hair and said, listen, behave yourself in school and sit tight. That's it. The boy just burst into tears. And the school said, what's wrong with you? And he said, my dad. Let me tell you, before the dad opened his eyes, what happened is that the police, they called the social services. So the social worker came and the police arrived. And that's the stupid school that has been reporting this child to his father for father to take an action. So the question we are having here is that should we tell them to back off in our life, or should we allow them to take on the parental responsibility role? The number to call on is 07908 628 240. The question we want to have clarification, because my understanding now at the moment is that quite a lot of children are in the under social worker, under social services, which I don't think is supposed to be. Now, the area of concern that I'm looking at now, the child reporting parent to school, or school reporting child to parent, which one? The social worker involvement, are they the parent? At what stage should the social worker become a parent? Is it a civil matter or a criminal matter? Why would the father be handcuffed? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Ekasan.
Yeah, I want to make a contribution.
Please go on, because this is important to me.
My name is Vanessa. Let me just introduce myself. I run an organization here in Liverpool that helps parents with problems like this. What it is most of the time, most of these social workers and teachers and police are not culturally intelligent. So they need to be schooled as to how to go out, especially with African parents. You understand? Because understand our culture and our children. That is where the problem is. So if people or if organizations or professionals like some of us are given the opportunity to let them understand how the African family operates, we would not have children being taken away from their parents.
Exactly.
And another thing too is that, because of the cultural setting that we come in, most of us have been brought up in very harsh conditions. Now we come over here, we translate those harsh conditions into the children. But forgetting that the children that we are bringing up here are open to so many things. So as parents, we need to start learning new techniques of how to get appropriate discipline techniques with our children. Because what we've realized, because I've worked with a lot of families where children are being threatened to be taken away from them.
Exactly.
What the fundamental issue is that children are being taught that if they are being threatened in their homes, they can just pick up the phone and call the social services.
Exactly.
Or when they come to school and they have this, they are being threatened at home, they can easily speak to their teachers. Now, it is up to African parents to be able to speak to their children in their language such that they should understand that in the home, it is their government. And whatever goes on in the home should stay in the home. And they should also let the children understand that, look, any discipline or any chastisement that you have in the home, explain to the children the consequence of what their misbehavior can cause. Once the children are being able to understand things like this, and lots of children will understand, and all these social services taking their children away from their parents will not come about. However, it is on us as professionals, such as yourself and myself, to also school and let the social services and police, and especially the schools, understand that in an African setting, discipline is something that we hold in high esteem. So when issues of this kind of nature comes up, it has got nothing to do with
abuse,
with a child being at risk.
Yeah.
It is when there is significant suspicion or significant there's a reasonable
significant harm
circumstance that child is under risk of harm, where maybe say they are beating the child, or you can see bodily marks and things like that. That is when social services or whoever can take action. But things like, mere scolding of children and maybe threats and stuff like that, the schools, the institutions have to be schooled, and they have to be culturally intelligent. Yes. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So these are things that we need to teach. We, as professionals, we need to teach the institutions that if they are not culturally intelligent, they will be removing children from homes, which they are not supposed to be doing, and these children will end up becoming nuisance to the community.
That's right.
And the parents as well, like I said, ma'am, it all boils down to us. We need to try and change the way our techniques, because sometimes the harsh technique sometimes doesn't work. If we are able to speak to the children, get to their conscience, because that is what the teachers use in school. That's what the institutions use in getting to the children. They appeal to their conscience. But as parents, God has given us that talent to also appeal to the conscience of our children. If we're able to appeal to their conscience, they will listen to us. And all these things will not be washing our dirty linen in public. This is my small contribution that I have to make, ma.
That was fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma.
You're welcome, Thank you. Hello, next person. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I just want to contribute to the topic that you just raised now.
Thank you.
And to tell you, to say that we're saying a very big thank you.
Thank you.
For helping the community house with all these your chosen topics. And with the help with the immigration matters as well.
Thank you very much.
A big thank you to you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please. Yes, please, by all means.
Yes. With the question or the topic that is being raised today, you said the social services were involved with one family as regards their sons.
Yeah.
What I want us to understand in this country is
go ahead. Yes,
okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Because mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ó yé wa ní ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan àwa tá ní àwọn ọmọ nílùú ìlú pé àwọn òfin wọn ó wà nílẹ̀ o, ó wà fún wọn. A kàn count ara wa to the pass of them, tí bá ṣe lè wà pass of them, ṣe ń gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo sọ. Tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pitch, because èmi ń sọ̀rọ̀ from experience ni mo ti go through nǹkan tẹ́ni yẹn go through bí ó máa survive for 10 years. Tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pitch ọmọ tó ń report ọmọ ṣe ń gbọ́ ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ní kéèyàn ti máa sọ fún wọn pé ọmọ mi ò ṣe báyìí. Anything tí èèyàn bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yẹn nínú ilé mi ní kọ̀rọ̀ ni tí wọ́n máa jẹ́ kó máa bí wọn pé má ṣe báyìí tí mo sọ fún ẹ is for your own good, and there's something we call that is supposed to be within us because that's what I normally. My own is I took responsibility for my nephew. Don't be a bro, mi lole. Ọmọ yẹn wọ́n ti dá kìíní sí mi lọ́rùn ni. Tọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú mi, mo lè jẹ́ kó yé wọn pé ọmọ mi ò kì í ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Tó kò ń ṣe mi ni mo bí o, kò ń ṣe báyìí kò ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Eventually, wọ́n ní ọmọ sọ fún mi níjọ́ kan pé mo ná òun. Fún ọba kí n ṣe homework. And they call social services. Fine. Before I work here, fún mi láyè, almost 6 years old. Wọ́n lọ social worker lọ interview ọmọ ní school without my presence. Mo ní kó go ahead. They did that. Oníṣọ́mọ wà happy, ọmọ náà wà happy. Ṣé wàá gbọ́dọ̀ tó wà happy jù? Ọmọ nílé mi. Fine. Ó settle case. Social worker padà wá sílé mi. Ó wá ṣe first assessment. First assessment tó ṣe olóhùn orí nǹkan kan. The thing fell back to the school. They wọ́n raise false alarm. Mo dẹ̀ ní wọ́n ti speak on ọmọ yẹn. Láti ìgbà tí mo ti sọ́mọ yẹn. Tí mo ti wọ́n mọ ẹ padà wá láti Nàìjíríà. British passport ló wà lọ́mọ. Tí mo lọ́mọ Nàìjíríà. Ọmọ òde jókòó. Tọ́ bá tẹ̀ gbé yẹn lọlé. Ìwọ ìyá ẹ̀ ní òdiwèé. Ìwọ níwèé. Ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tí mo sọ. Tí mo ti wọ́n mọ wá bíbá. But nǹkan tó wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé everything bothers down to àwa gangan fúnra ara wa. A jẹ́ kó máa yé àwọn ọmọ yẹn pé wọ́n náà wọ́n love yín ni o, but you love them more than they love you. Wọ́n bá ń sọ nǹkan kan fún ẹ, wọ́n bá ń correct ẹ, tí wọ́n bá ń sọ nǹkan kan fún ẹ, ó wà between ọ̀dún bíi kò sí lé. Irú ìyẹn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó sọ pé tó ń tó my dad ni. My dad did what? Your dad did what? Wọ́n máa tún sọ̀rọ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ ìlẹ́nu o nígbà míì. Òun ló sọ̀rọ̀ ló máa lánàá tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ kò sí nǹkan tó dáwọ́ kàfẹ́ fọmọ tọ́fẹ́. Òfin tó tẹ̀ wá náà sìn wọ́n gùn gan ọ̀nà gan-an láti ìgbà ọmọ lọ́wọ́ èèyàn sìn báyìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n tó wá sọ ibi tí wá tó wá ṣe dé because case ni ó fà for almost about 7 months or so. Eventually mo pull ọmọ mi kúrò school yẹn mo mú lọ sí another school and he's really doing well. Case yẹn wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé mi pé àwọn people wọ́n fi ń ṣe òwò ní ọ̀rọ̀ fostering yìí wọ́n fi ń ṣe òwò ní. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Wọ́n fi ń ṣe òwò ní. Ìfúnná wọn nífẹ̀ẹ́ wá dénú àìmọye ọmọ tó ti kú lọ foster home táwọn ọmọ kọ́ di drug addict kọ́ di prostitute kalẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú ayé wọn. Wọ́n lè fa ìkọ́wé ìfamily wọn. So it's taking àwọn ọlọ́wọ́ máa lanu sọ fún àwọn ọmọ wa àti àwọn títà kan àmì tẹ òbí nílẹ̀ tàbí sọ̀rọ̀ fún títà o láti máa sọ kẹ́ni tó bá ti gbé wá ọmọ ẹ ṣe báyìí lọ́pọ̀ ọmọ mi ò lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Kó máa sọ fún un kó máa fi èlú sí kó máa jẹ́ kó fọ̀rọ̀ tán because nǹkan tẹ́ mi máa ń ṣe tí mo ṣe ní sùn yẹn nìyẹn. Mo lè jẹ́ kó yé wọn pé mo mọ̀ kan sí ebi kọ́ ni wọ́n bí ọmọ yìí àbúrò mi lọ́gbọ̀n màmá mi ló bí ọmọ yìí mo mọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi tó wà lára ọmọ yìí mo mọ̀ nǹkan tó ọmọ yìí lè ṣe bí mo ń tẹ̀lé ọmọ yìí. Mo mọ nǹkan tí ọmọ mi máa ṣe mo mọ nǹkan tó ọmọ mi ò ṣe ọmọ mi gbogbo nǹkan tó ń report kò wèrè sí mo mọ̀ kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọmọ mi is doing well. Ọmọ mi wọ́n celebrate from school to one thing. So, tọ́mọ ti pick on ọmọ báyìí, ọmọ tó tọ́jú máa ń pick on jù. Tọ́mọ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pick on ọmọ báyìí, wọ́n máa make sure pé wọ́n fi gbogbo kíní yẹn ṣe business ni o, àwọn olórí kọ́lọ̀ ṣàánú fún wa. Wọ́n fi gbogbo kíní yẹn ṣe business ni. In as much as wọ́n sọ pé child protection, everything still brother down to that family. Gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó tolerate fún àwọn ọmọ wa wọn kì í tolerate ẹ̀ púpọ̀. Wọ́n bá ṣe one single mistake kékeré wọ́n ti pick on. So àwọn parents yẹn náà máa take it easy kò sí ìwọ sí social worker bá wá assessment kọ́ jẹ́ kọ́ wá kọ́ ṣe assessment fún wọn kì í ṣe kìíní they go by the rules. Tí social worker náà bá lè sọ pé báwo wọn ṣe báyìí káwọn ti get gbogbo ready questions wọn nǹkan báwọn ṣe ń ṣe fọ́mọ ni báwọn ṣe ń take care ọmọ ni ok báwo lọmọ ṣe ń jẹun bọ́ ṣe ń jẹun ibo lè ara ọmọ tó ń sùn ibi tó ń sùn ibo ló ṣe báwo ló ṣe ń ṣe wọ́n máa ti ní gbogbo plans yẹn kọ́ ti ready for social worker because àwòrán títí wọn náà is another thing entirely.
I'm with you.
So bó ṣe rí nìyẹn kọ́nà gbà wá lọ́wọ́ wọn mi ò ní contribution tí mo ní kò jù yẹn lọ.
Thank you, madam.
The parents they should be firm.
Right.
They should be firm. Tó bá dúró lórí gbogbo pé positive things tí mo fi influence ọmọ mi bí mo ṣe ń kọ́ ọmọ mi bí mo ṣe táǹtì ọmọ mi ń lọ ni táǹtì ó ń ṣeré nì they will come out of it kò sí ìwọ̀n tó fẹ́ wọn lè gba ọmọ lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Thank you.
What the rules? Ó kí ìtọ̀nà gbọ́n ló ń pè ní. When the social worker came to my house wọ́n sọ gbogbo ẹni tó ń sọ pé òun ló tún sọ àwọn nǹkan kan ní ìsinmi tó sọ fún mi okay you don done the program you do this you do that you do that. Mo ní fine òun ló padà kọ́ bí mo tó kọ́ no things against us. School yẹn mo fún lọ́mọ mi kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. Excellent contribution. Thanks so much.
Okay, ma.
Thank you.
Yes,
ma. Thank you so much, ma.
Yes.
Hello, next caller. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, sorry, I just want to make a contribution as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, ma. The reason why I'm actually calling is, let me first of all say thank you very much for all your contribution about these immigration services to the community. Ọlọ́run bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fi ilé tí ń sílẹ̀ tẹ̀yìn tún ilé onílé ṣe Ọlọ́run lágbára Ọlọ́run àmàdáàbò bò yín á túbọ̀ máa jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ pé ká sí lágbára Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ tí yín náà lágbára Ọlọ́run àmàdáàbò wọn bò yín bò wọ́n. My own contribution is this, man. Right, the social worker, they have their own duty to do.
Okay.
The first caller that's actually talked, they said something very, very good. Make some points. The first caller did mention that, when so people that are social worker, they need to let them know some things about the background, like African backgrounds. Because I've seen so many cases where I am living now that it's only black people that they go ahead with. And what they are doing, what their own children are doing is actually worse. It's worse. I have an example that because the kids cry and said to, my mommy went to the school, I said to the teacher, my mommy didn't do, it was my birthday and mom didn't celebrate it for me. But there is a social worker involved. And they had to take 3 of them away from the parents. Because, so what if the parents are Jehovah's Witness that they don't celebrate it? What if I don't believe in the birthday? So then there are so many things that these people are not putting into consideration before they go ahead. Even though, there are some another cases that they really, really meant to work. They have to do this. Because I know some African people that they go extra. The way they beat, the way they do, what they do with their children. Yeah, if they go that way, I would say yes. Well, there are a lot of people, any little like this, the school calls, and then before you know it, before you even leave the gate, you're just going to say a police, you're just going to say that. It shouldn't be that way. So it's either the school teachers or the principals stop talking, asking kids, did your parents beat you? They need to stop it. It's not part of teaching. They need to stop it completely, asking kids what happened at home. Home should be home, school should be school. So in this case that you're talking about, they reported to the father, and they want the father to speak or to take action to speak to the kids. And the father take action, and now they're calling social worker and police out.
Yeah, he slept at the custody. He slept there for 24 hours.
Yeah, that is very bad. So why did the teacher report it then?
Exactly. As we speak now, he's been told not to go to house for 4 weeks or that because they are trying to investigate matter.
Can you imagine?
In his own home where he pay rent.
So my be more operation for me, more she makes me
Oh yeah, no.
No, it's really, really getting out of hand. I think it's item for the black people. I'm just African Caribbeans or mixed race, because I know some of them. I've been inside the bus where a granny British people actually smack.
Exactly.
In the car, I said in the bus and said, "You look, sit down." That the boy was behaving somehow, and the grandma just stands up and smack. So why didn't we call social worker for them?
Exactly.
Why is it us? Any little thing, why is it us? So I think it's high time if our community, like what you're doing, if we can find people to speak on our behalf.
Yes.
I don't know if all these MPs are listening. If they can speak, all these Nigerian people, MPs,
exactly.
that they just, if they can speak on our behalf, they need to educate them. They need to incorporate into their system our own ways. We know we've come to their country, but they need to accept us that these background people, according to what they are saying, where is their own diversity?
Mm-hmm.
The diversity is not there.
Exactly.
They're just saying diversity. It's not there.
Exactly.
They need to be able to put the diversity into it. It's there at work, okay? The diversity is there at work, but it's not there with our kids. So they really need to help us so that they can train them to say, look, these people, you need to find out about their background. I know a lady that actually back a baby. We Nigerians will put baby out our back. And it really, really helps. The social worker, people call the police for her that she wants to strangle a baby. So if I put my baby at my back to make things easy for me, I'm not strangling. It's my culture. So they need to learn a little bit of our culture so that will really, really help us. That will help us because taking kids away will not. There is a lady here in where I am. They've taken this kid away from her for almost 10 years. The girl come back home, she's smoking in their hands. This is a murder. Why should we do that? Why is that happening?
Exactly.
I think it's high time we need people like you, man, to stand up and speak on our behalf. That's my contribution, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you. The line is free now. 20 missed call already. The line is free for anyone who wants to call. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for contributing. Go
Hello?
on. Yeah, go on.
Good afternoon, Auntie Tokubo.
Good afternoon, my sister. God bless you.
Good afternoon, ma.
Yeah, good afternoon. Go on. Go on.
Yes, ma. I just have a little contribution towards what is being discussed, really.
Okay, thank you.
I really agree with the first caller. And at the same time, because of what I've seen so far and the organization I've worked with, I realized, although we were better or more than anything they were against, I don't think it's about surgery, not the woman. My confessor to be sincere, naturally, most of us, our Nigeria, our Duduwa, actually, or bringing wa, because I will be sincere with you. You know, we are ignorant of it. Because sometimes we are naturally aggressive towards our children. And our school needs, so, you know, in this forum, like a lot of people have said, we're just discussing it. We need like a lot of bodies to get up, to let them know this is how we do things in our country. Although they are more than us, it quite a bit hard, but with prayer and with people like you coming up and, you know, forum like this being open, being exposed, by the time, you know, a lot of voices are being heard, because a lot of share, I've seen so many cases today. Our parents, especially do work for it. Because if I knew what to be sincere, no matter what, I think I'm a little more. From the beginning, it's about surgery, not the woman.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's
fine.
I'm just okay. I am not. Even I do not contrary. I have a very big of my dad means, my any little thing, even if I knew what to get to learn to marry, only like to share back on, I like to talk to one thing, shape, you were guilty of it. But because I couldn't see anything then, talking money already, because any little thing, talking money, to be sincere enough of God, you know, I really know how much I found money. So my ancestors are all and I know how people do to be sincere, although majority of people are guilty in concerning worship, because they only right like to go more.
That is why I keep telling them. Some of them are working, and global budget might affect a lot of people. And of them are a lot of people get not really. And you know, if anything about the Jomo Iluwa, come up with mention or if you say originate from me. So the man just come up with it, but bringing what you have to Irawa. And I won't know only that only time I know they can do more. But there's the way of a man, but you know, to the our Nigerian man change you. Because I've seen so many cases, and because I will not give you so many things, I will not explain so many things. One more person in a man for a lot of us as man for our money like because we can be only Namali and Lily. We have been apologize for whatever the man so. But still, no, because everybody so only that because you know, my done. So that's one consider our children, any little thing, what because nobody are not collegiate. Any little thing, won't be exactly our goal, the mobile train our more because then the new go was focus the retail train no more. Because of my focus on if the repercussion with the new man focus on.
Exactly.
So you are able to show more you show right secretary or not. Because repercussion will remember that we are come out of the school. They are going to feel that the parents feeling their responsibility.
Exactly.
Come on. But so long go wrong along also direct want to know what to do. And you know, with voices being heard like this and things like this is coming up, in fact, kudos to you, ma. And let's just push it because we really need that liberty to be sincere. But no liberty, that is liberty, that is my abuse, but liberty, let's become more different between discipline and abuse.
Thank you, God bless you. Thank you, excellent. Thank you, cheers. Before I take on next caller, hold on. Let's treat some topic, some contribution back online as well. Hold on. That was an excellent contribution. I don't know whether many of you that are online understand what that young lady said. I like to reiterate so that people will have the understanding of what she just spoke about. Our culture, according to what she said, which I am aware of, it's a bit too harsh on children. It's not spanking alone that you can use to talk to child to bring him or her up in a good home. I don't think I have ever in my life spanked my children throughout they attain this age they are now. But my children knows that when I am around or their dad is around, the voice coming authoritatively. So they sit tight. They do the things properly. Up until yesterday, one of them reminds me and say, mommy and dad doesn't smack. Mommy scream. Daddy scream. But I don't want to see your hand there. Take your hand off. That's it. Not smacking or beating, because the definition of that is abuse. When I was digging into my investigation and doing the research, the definition of that is abuse. But having said that, the first caller has spoken immensely well. Our culture, our status, our tribe, our background needs to be properly incorporated into the English system. The reason why we are still at this stage is because our leaders have failed to take risk. People that are older, that have come to UK before us, they have failed to take risk. The Asians took risk, and that is why they have mouth in every department or organization in this country. If you look at a typical example, Home Office Department, you will note that we have many Asians. If you are one of us that goes to court all the time and represent, do advocacy skills, you can count your fingers and say how many times you have seen Asian person to come and represent the government, the Secretary of State. It's because they have fought for their rights and reminds the British system that, listen, our people died for you at the Second World War, even at First World War. And without we releasing our soldiers, that's the Asian, There was no way that the United Kingdom would have won the battle at that time. And you will see now, if care is not taken, Nepalese will take over from Nigeria again. Nigeria will not have a say. The way it's going, if you remember Gekas, the case of Gekas in Parliament was acceptable in the eyes of David Cameron. So therefore, the Gekas are the soldiers that fought for Elizabeth II, Her Majesty. So when it comes to them coming to UK, they don't want to give them settlement. But if you know the lady's name in England that led that campaign, up until they take it to Parliament and protest against the government, until it was accepted and they were granted indefinite leave to remain settlement. And that is why you see the Gekas on the street. You see the Nepalese everywhere. They are bringing their wife, their children, because they have gone to war for the Elizabeth II. So they will not accept anybody to push them aside. They might not speak English, but they don't. Nobody needs language when you're at war. And as a result of this, these people are taking control. They're having a say. The question is, how do you want to take care of this area, the Nigerian in the diaspora? Because Nigeria in the diaspora does not have anywhere. I haven't seen them anywhere. Don't they take control? I have not seen them. And that area is lacking. And that is why we are having issues. Because by now, this thing will have been dealt with. Done and dusted. The social workers will have noticed this and take control. But even your children, the Yorubas or the Nigerians rather, that are doing the social services work, that are social workers, they don't even have a say, because they get scared that they don't want to be sacked. So they cannot even sit their superior down and say, listen, I don't think this is an abuse. I think it's a cultural issue. So let me address this in this manner. Let me take control. That area has not been dealt with. And until we have people coming out and take charge, it's not going to be that straightforward. A tree cannot make a town. There is no way myself alone could take care of this problem that I see coming in. It is not just a problem. I think it's a big issue. There is another father that came from Nigeria under tier 1 or tier 2 migrant skills. Moved to where outside London. I don't want to mention too much that they will not understand. This father is a chartered accountant, well placed in employment. His son was a 13-year-old boy at the time. He went out with his friends, white friends. He came back late, and daddy told him off. He went back to go and discuss with his white family friends. And you know what they said to him? They called police and they report his father. Now, if it's not by his grace, that dad would not have been able to obtain his indefinite leave to remain with the mom, because the silly boy forgot where he comes from and follow the English background, heritage, and reported its own father. For how long do we want to do this for? But we don't have anyone up there to speak for us. Is it the MP that does not want people to know that he has connection with Nigeria? Is it him that you want to rely on? Is it her that she is so ashamed to come out and pull herself that I am a Nigerian origin, as if she's the only one that was born in England? There is one thing Yoruba proverb says, Ọmọ tó sọ lẹ́nu, ó sọ àpò ìyà kọ́ ni. It's just the same thing like Ọmọ Ìbàdàn tí ò lóko, ọmọ àlè Ìbàdàn ni. A Nigerian, a British Nigerian that cannot be proud to say that I am a Nigerian origin is a bastard. Because there is no way I can tone and bleach my skin to become a white English lady. What I can only continue to have is a British nationality, mainly because I was born on the soil. But as for my origin, I came out from a black woman, an African woman's womb. And a black man, an African man, slept it. So why would I not be proud to come out to say this is my heritage? I repeat again, we haven't got anyone out up there to represent Nigeria in parliament. Forget about the names of those 7 people that you are putting out there. They are not confident to stand out for us. And I stand corrected. I will repeat it in their presence. Is it my young lady that we called for a meeting with the Nigerians in the diaspora that's supposed to come and speak and intentionally came in late? Until we finished the program, she did not arrive. And when she arrived, she was ashamed to take pictures with some people, eloquent professionals, just because she thinks she's white. Meanwhile, she's an Igbo origin. Meanwhile, she was probably fortunate, probably brought into UK or born in the UK. And she thought she had it all. On that fateful day when I saw her, I just smiled off. People around me says, I trust you. I said, not me in my lifetime. I will come out, I will speak, and I will stand corrected. So we haven't got someone to speak for us. Forget it. When we are talking about the issues of we have people in parliament, we need to petition. We need to write the petition ourselves. If we want our voice to be heard, we need to instruct. But as for those guys in parliament having Nigerian origin, forget about them. I am not too sure whether they are competent to bring their head out and say that they are Nigerian origin. A lot of people are ashamed to associate themselves with that beautiful Nigerian country. Why should I be ashamed? Why should I be ashamed? Why should I be ashamed? I know the background of the country because I grew up in Nigeria. I may not born in Nigeria, but I grew up in Nigeria. So I know our culture. But like the last caller person has said it, rightfully mentioned, I want us to take that into account. Nigerian parents are a bit too harsh in terms of talking to their kids. Now let's move smoothly from the area where we talk about the father talking to his son and the school teacher reported and they called the social worker and the police. Let's move slightly from that and we will be back. Let's talk about the mom taking her daughter to school and start smacking her and banging her head. And I saw it with my naked eyes and I was ashamed to associate myself with that kind of a mother. Because it is not by smacking that you train a child. And what did that young child did? The child was only 8 years old. Probably she was eating and couldn't finish her food on time. Is that the end of the world? For God's sake, cry and loud. You see, these children have their destiny and they are important to our success, to our things. If you notice, there are some children that you give birth to and things start changing better for you. So I am shocked when I see such situation. It becomes embarrassing. And you don't want to associate yourself to that kind of a lady at that particular time. I was going into my office. I saw her when she was doing it. I took my eyes off. Many situations I have witnessed like that. So as we are having the pros, we are having the cons of it. So we need to look at it carefully. I don't want us to be blindfolded or to turn a blind eye into what we need to talk about. We are eloquent, we are educated, we are confident, we are competent. We have the stature for it. We should not be scared. What I will not encourage you, and those who are out there can listen if they want to listen, is you leaving an underage child in the house throughout the night. Look at the incident that happens at Chelsea and Kensington, where the tower got burnt. Now, if a mother were to have left a child alone in the house and go to work, she will live to regret it for the rest of her life in that kind of incident that took place on that fateful day. That is what they call child abuse. When you leave 7-year-old, 8-year-old to sleep on her own or on his own in the house, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And it's primitively called child abuse. We might be blaming the social services. We might be telling them to back off. We might be telling the police institution to back off. We might be telling the head teachers to back off. But we need to check some areas. We need to look into areas that we think we're not doing well and see if we can correct it. The child is not born to be abused. There is another incident. Apologies to those who own that scenario. The incidents that took a teenager into homes. There is every possibility in my mind, about 70% or 80% of my thinking, which I have not got wrong in my life, that girl was abused by her father, sexually abused. And it's the reason why that girl is sovereignty today, because she did not allow her father to carry on with what he intends to do. Isn't it a shame to that man? Isn't it a shame to a man that's sexually molesting its own biological child, its own daughter? Isn't it a shame? The social worker took control and take her into homes. From homes, she kept moving from one place to another. At the end of the day, like many people have mentioned here, and you were right to mention that, the foster parents are taking it for money. That girl, they don't like her in the home where they took her to. The foster parents she's staying with, they don't talk to her. She's not treated properly. She's been maltreated. She's ignored. She's left on her own. I was close to tears again when I was told, when she explained things. This is an area where parents have failed. If the father were not to have been an abuser, abused that daughter, that child wouldn't have been sent to home to go and live with a foster parent who only wanted things for money purpose and doesn't need any other thing about the growth of that child, teenage person. So it's becoming inherently an issue that we really need to look into. We need to look into it. But correction, the point of correction I like to make here is that we haven't got elders. We haven't got anyone to speak for us. It is you and I that can fight for these people that haven't got voice. It is only you and I that have the command that can step out and take care of this situation. Because the social workers, they have failed themselves. The Nigerian social workers, if you are online, you are not helping at all. You are not helping the situation. The African Caribbean social workers are not helping the situation because they think that the amount of reports they write, the amount of incidents they come across will enhance. It will enhance their promotion. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Homes are being separated, are being pulling apart. Children and family are being separated unnecessarily. For how long do we want to do this for? It's an area of concern. I'll take calls now if you want to call in. Ade Amade said 17-year-old was left at home at night. Mom and dad went to night shift. The 17-year-old fell ill. She called ambulance. The paramedics met her alone at home. Before you know it, social worker and police came for them. So parents can't leave 17-year-old child at home. 17-year-old. That should have been an advanced one. So it remains 1 year to get the leverage. It remains a year to be 18. And if it's not 18, they're not going to allow that to happen. Unless everything goes smoothly. That is when there will be no complaint. But if it doesn't go smoothly, there will always be headache. Hello. Hello. Thanks for calling in. Are you trying to contribute into what we are discussing? Bless you. Yeah, bless you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Àti ibi stage yẹn, mo sọ fún wọn pé mo ní láti mọ fashion. So guide yẹ pé mi ò ní right láti smack ọmọ. You know? So at the end of the day, gbogbo wọn wojú mi pé àlejò tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ohun tí yẹn ṣe jẹ́. Wọn dey provide any written something fún mi. So at the end of the day, wọ́n sọ wípé mo right. Kò sí law tó sọ wípé you are not allowed to smack your child. We continue for wípé don't use an object to hit a child.
Yes.
So at the end of the day,
okay.
The head of the panel looked at me and said, you are an organized parent.
Okay.
Let us close this case and release our children for her.
Okay.
They took my children, but I was able to fight on my own, and I got my children back within 4 days.
That's
kò ń ṣe pẹ̀lú agbára ní bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó yẹ pé òun gbọ́ gbogbo comments àwọn èèyàn they are all right ṣé kò yé ní bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń sìn ní wípé social services wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú school they will just pick children randomly sometimes ọmọ yẹn lè máa ṣe nǹkan kan irú ti tèmi wọ́n sọ wípé ó ti quiet jù or being too quiet wọ́n fi pé ó wà scared of the parents and because I'm a single mom. They will look at the color and they will look at your status, you know. So one better to look for money. And one thing every parent should know is that come about on sorrow. Almost about things only one to one in school because most parents who are aware to me. So about things for money 1 to 1 in school. And just at it bills has stopped it. Because the 1 to 1 you let him dig down in the family. The body become a baby kí ni tẹ̀lé ni kí ni màmá ẹ̀ ṣe lánàá kí ni bàbá ẹ̀ ṣe léyìn títí tó máa fi track èèyàn all the way èmi ò mọ̀ fọ́n fọ́n mi ní 1 to 1 wọ́n ṣàkóso ọmọ yẹn nature ó quiet ní sí yẹn mi ò dẹ̀ fi pé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wà ní pé kọ́ ọmọ quiet so at the end of the day ó ṣẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ kan wọn àtàbúrò mo ti gbá àwọn méjèèjì nídìí ọmọ tọ́lẹ̀ ti fún mi wọ́n tó ń gbà tó dé fún àjíríà kí lẹ ṣe léyìn kí lẹ jẹ báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ mi ní kẹ̀lé yẹn wọ́n yà màmá àtẹ̀jáde lánàá ṣùgbọ́n gbàtàdé màmá mi náà ni nígbà tí ndé kókó ti lọ mú ọmọ ọlọ́pàá ti dé wọ́n ti fún àwọn ọmọ ọ̀jẹ́ kí n rí ọmọ mi mọ́. But at the end of the day pẹ̀lú little education tí mo ní and I'm a strong person I stood my ground wọn ò jẹ́ kí n rí ọmọ láti bẹ̀ wọ́n gbé ọmọ lọ lóòbí náà ṣe yọ báyìí àti pépà nìyẹn àjọ ń gbé fáìlì kiri ni mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó ní ìbí náà wá fọ́ọ̀tì wọn àwọn náà wá fọ́ọ̀tì mi so luckily for me God was on my side. I was able to fix some vital mistakes tí wọ́n ṣe. Because number one ibi tí wọ́n gbé ọmọ lọ ọ̀dọ̀ fọ́sàtì rẹ̀ tó gbé ọmọ lọ. Ajá wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ mi láìka ajá. Ìkan ni wọ́n wà allergy wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ní allergy ẹ̀rọ lọ́gbọ́n lọ síbi tí ajá wà. Number one. Secondly, ibi tí alternate dé school àti bí ní kí n lọ wò wọ́n ní school àwọn ọmọ mi ò tí ì dé school wọ́n lè ti dé school. That is another point. The third point nígbà tí mo eventually rí ọmọ mi ní school 2 different sorts. Ni wọ́n wọ̀ nínú ọ̀rá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ nígbà tó yàtọ̀ ní pé nǹkan fẹ́ gbà lọ́yà tó wá pé ọ̀gá àwọn pé kí ni wàá bá mi kí ni mo ti rí kí ni mo rí lọ́bẹ̀ tí mo wà rú dání nígbà tí mo kó gbogbo àwọn pọ́ìntì yẹn jáde my dear sister ìjọ kẹrin ọ̀gá wọn pátápátá ló káwọn ọmọ mi wá bá mi pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ga o we are your friends we are here to support you I said you can go to hell with your support I don't need you. So tí a bá our parents tá a bá ń ṣe the right lórí àwọn ọmọ wa ibi ò pa wọn ìyàjọ wọn aṣọ wọn ò fàyà they look well ẹ mọ̀ pé kọ́tó lè dé pé wọ́n gba ọmọ eventually lọ́wọ́ ọ̀nà round table discussion ní panel ọ̀hún ni ọlọ́pàá wà ní doctor report to doctor everything tí gbogbo ẹ bá ti clear yàn pé Oh, for the victim, yes. So what is the point? What about someone who care on it?
Benny.
Okay, so I won't be going to so I want to go call people. We are allowed to say a call on lane because all baby she don't find money doing daily. They're calling she for one call fish finger. You know about the sheep. Be never. I want me pure African food. Being in the one to pure African food. Why you bam healthy? So in terms of going there. Àwọn ọmọ yàrá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kí afẹ́rí ìyá wa àwọn dúró sí bímọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ní gbogbo other aspect wọ́n wà rí láàbíkọ́ ọmọ tẹ máa ti bá wípé 9 o'clock bẹ́ẹ̀ time àwọn tí wọ́n lẹ pé wo ìgbà tó bá kò bá àjàgò mẹ́ta òru lẹ́sẹ̀ sùn wàhálà àti nínú yẹn bíkọ́ kò ń ṣara wọn ló fi jáde náà wọ́n ń ṣe fowó ni náà. Àwọn ń ṣe fowó ni náà.
Exactly.
Kò ń ṣe pé bóyá wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa ní wọ́n kò fẹ́ destroy àwọn ọmọ yẹn ni.
Exactly, I thought so.
Òbí ẹni tó bá ti fọ́ọ̀lù victim àbó tó bá wá sí wà nínú ẹ̀ presently kóun náà máa wá ìfọ́ọ̀lù wọn ni kó try pé ó ní access síbi tó bá gbé ohun ẹ̀ pé kó dẹ̀ máa mú àwọn point jáde point yẹn ló máa fi dé pé káwọn ọmọ bá rí point yẹn fúnra wọn ló máa release àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Tíyàn bá pe social nílé níyì báyìí tó bá ti gbọ́ orúkọ ni àwa ní ẹjọ́ lógún ebi àríbẹ̀ yẹn nítorí nǹkan tèmi gan bá wọn fà gbogbo panel this is everything this me. Ìyẹn gbọ́dọ̀ tó ń popular àbí tí mò ń gbé pé táwọn èèyàn dúdú bá ti ń wá síbi wọn fẹ́ àlejò títí pure British area ni wọn ti ẹ̀fẹ́ àlejò rárá ń bẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti gbé àlejò wá síbẹ̀ wọ́n máa fi sínú ẹ̀yìn school ni ṣùgbọ́n mo ní pé àkàn tó stay wọ́n fìtì náà mi bẹ̀ ó jẹ́ kí n strong so káwa gan ká mọ nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nílùú yìí.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Bye.
Another thing I want people to understand in this scenario, in this kind of situation, is that when mother or father hasn't got papers, they lack that confidence to know what the rights are. You see, the fear of not having right status to remain in the United Kingdom has contributed to this problem that we are now talking about. Because once this thing happens, the first thing they will do is that they call, I didn't mention it, they call Home Office. They call Home Office, and the Home Office said to them that they don't have issue with him, that it's okay, that it's all right, we don't have issue with him. This is when they report back to them and say, Home Office, the Home Office hasn't got issue with you, but we are going to keep you overnight. The fact that the status is not there, that affects, there's no doubt in my mind, that affects confidence. It affects right to know what to do. You see, all those that have been calling and saying stuff, yeah, I am 80% certain that they have status. I am 80% certain they have status. So as a result of that, they have that boldness to face authority and say, listen, you can't take my kids away from me because I am not a bad parent. That is because they have status. If they haven't got status, believe me or not, there is no way they can fight that right. There is no way. Immigration status has a lot of impact in this problem. It has a lot of impact. But having said that again, the harshness of discussing or talking or bringing up kids needs to be reduced. We need to take charge, but not in that manner. Not in that manner. You see, you can see my face like a lion face when I don't smile. But let me tell you, I am one of the softest person you can come across when you are close to me. I am one of the softest person that you can come close to when you manage to get through. But to get through, to break that barrier is a problem. But once you manage to get through to me, for those who know me one-to-one, they will say that she's not lying. You don't need harsh word. You don't need harsh lifestyle. You don't need it. Life is too short for us to think that without papers, that will be the end of the world. Or without this, the end must come. I must be rich. I must be that. Those who look for money doesn't get money. Money is an evil power. So those who run up and down like a yo-yo, boom, 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 and left the children, the child that you fail to educate is the child that will sell the house that you build. Ìyẹn tún kọ́. Ọmọ tí a ò tọ́, òun ló máa gbé ilé tí a bá kọ́ tà lọ́la. I have close relationship with my children. I take opinion from them. I ask questions. Ever since they have been coming up like a young person, I have close relationship to this now time. We're still close. So know where my kids can be. They will be hungry to take my food first. Even me, I'm thinking that when they start getting married, I need to start putting it into the wife's ears and the husband's ear and say, listen, oúnjẹ báyìí ni wọ́n like. Ebi ò dẹ̀ pa wọ́n, kò gbọdọ̀ pa wọ́n because they are work here and die. I have started giving my children solid amala at the age of 2 days to 3 months, each of them. Solid. In this cold weather country, not in Nigeria. I didn't have children in Nigeria. I came in my youth, in my young life. So I have everything here. But what I'm trying to bring to us is that do not let us bring our problem onto our children. Do not let us take anything that is affecting us, worrying us, on them. These kids are innocent. And if you are somebody who is very affluent in dealing with judges like me, the judges have brought up draconian rules and said that, listen, the children are innocent to the immigration status because they are not aware of it. They were born into the United Kingdom or they probably came in at their tender age. So you, parents, you are responsible. We got to understand the system. It is true that the social worker, the social services are prognosing and they are going beyond their bound. But what about the parents as well? What are you doing to make it better? I have conducted immense research in this area since I've been having complaints. And like that, my last caller have rightfully mentioned, she's more than right. Even the previous callers, they are all right. There are some things that we don't understand about the system we are into that we need to take into account. Corporal punishment was eradicated in the United Kingdom. Either 89 or 90, it was completely gone. But I was into law when they eradicated completely. Corporal punishment was a situation whereby teachers smack a student that was smoking in a boarding house. They were boarding school, came out of his dormitory, then bring his fag out. It was a 15-year-old guy. Those who study law will know it very well. Under European Convention on Human Rights, that is why we have our Article 3, corporal punishment, degrading treatment. He was properly pissed in the United Kingdom at that time. The teacher spanked with his stick, beat that child, that 15-year-old that was smoked at that time, left class and got to the corner and smoked. That case went all the way to European Court of Justice. And that was before we even incorporate our ECHR. It went all the way because they make sure that they punish that teacher. He went to prison for it. Corporal punishment, abuse of process, abuse of power. Because we are parents doesn't mean that we have the autonomy to maltreat our kids. We are placed in charge. We've been asked by the most utmost power up there to be in control. And if we are placed in charge, we should play it well. So we got it wrong in that aspect. That woman said it, that we are too harsh. The way we talk to them, the way we spark them, the way we do this, it's not worth it. That is not how to bring children up. I personally love children. I love children. So when I see parents maltreating kids in my presence, I voice out. I voice out. I ask questions. Is it really yours? You see, out of our harshness, it's part of our harshness that led us to the issue of bringing domestic workers from home and turn them into slaves here. It's part of our harshness. If you cannot live with somebody, don't entertain it. Don't use it. Don't take it. It gets me upset. It gets me upset when you bring a child into the country, tell the parent that you want to train that child, you want to assist that family, and then you turn that child into slave. I think it's really unfair. The law on domestic worker changed because of this report. And that is why it has to be 6 months. And it can never become permanent residence anymore. Unless you have been granted in 2010-11. They have changed law. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I'm calling in, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, please, I'm having a question. It's not part of this topic, ma'am.
Say that again.
I got a question just to ask an advice, but it is not relevant to this topic today, ma'am.
Why can't we just do this topic today and we do that one next time?
Oh my God! Just an advice for one question, please.
Oh yeah, go on quickly.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, please. I got an appeal. I wish I went for an appeal about 6 weeks ago on my children. On my children appeal to enter to enter this country. I went on appeal. So when I got to because they extradited the case, and the judge told me specifically that day that because this case is extradite, it's going to take like 4 to 5 days. I will get a letter from her concerning our decision. But since that time, about 6 weeks ago now, since on the 15th June, I've not got any reply from them. Is there anything I could do? Because I even consult my solicitor, said, because maybe they're busy, whatsoever, I will say there's nothing you could do about it. Is there anything I could do because the woman said to me, between 4 to 5 days, I've got the letter from her. But since then, I've not got anything, ma'am.
The case has been handled and dealt with by the Immigration Tribunal, the first-tier judge. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to give him or her time to do the report. Determination is not easy to put together.
Okay, ma'am.
So I guess you have to wait because there are quite a lot of reports that they have to write at one go. We are very short of judges in the first-tier tribunal.
Okay.
And
but I've already went for the case now.
I know that. But he has so many cases that is coming through at the moment, like voluminous. It's quite voluminous. So there is no time to sit down and write report until when he finished the whole section that they put before him or her.
Okay, ma'am.
Give them time. It takes a while sometimes now to get the report determination out. So give them time, please. And
okay, ma'am.
And if you're in doubt here, call the Immigration Tribunal where you went.
Okay.
And ask them an update. Give them your reference number and say, listen, I want to know whether determination has been sent out.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, sir. Bye.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, we too, as a parent, we need to apply some wisdom in dealing with our children. That's the only way that we can have peace of mind. The reason why I use we is because I don't want people to be thinking that she left herself out. But I am not in that category because my younger child is 16-year-old. And I have never smacked child in my lifetime because there is no need. I ate it personally because my parents never smacked me. So I don't like parents that smack. My parents never smacked me. Maybe that's why I'm spoiled. But I want us to face the real talk. I want us to face the real talk. Some parents are the architect of their own problems, you see. Some parents are the architect of their own problem. Did you hear that? I don't want us to be the architect of our own problem. Yeah, we can intervene and tell the person that this is not Nigeria, but you have to be careful in the way you intervene into mother and child issue on the street. You don't want to be ridiculed. You don't want to be insulted. So there are some things that you overlook. You understand? There are some things that you overlook and pretend as if you never saw it. Gbogbo nǹkan téèyàn rí kọ́ lèèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Yára láti rí ni, ṣùgbọ́n kó lọ́ra láti sọ jáde. Ohun ọlọ́gbọ́n ni. It is not everything you see you have to talk. Because when she's doing that, you don't know the mood she was. Maybe she's possessed. Maybe she's mentally disturbed. Maybe there is another thing I'm thinking of. I can't say it out here. And then I just bumped into her and then talk. And then she just washed me down with my stature. Respect is reciprocate. She holds that hope. That's her life. Do you understand? My sister, that is her life. This is my arena where I can talk and advise. After I finish from this public work, I don't get involved in small things. Clients will have to locate me and come and ask questions and come and take consultation, come and take advice. I have done enough background work in my life for me to have the confidence to come out and speak in this manner. The question we are still asking, she will tell them to back off. The social services, the police institution, the head teachers. But at what stage? Thank you. At what stage are we going to say, back off? Leave my life for me. Leave my children for me. Let me handle this problem. I can deal with it. At what stage? This is where we need to understand the line. But it is only you and I, our professionals on this level, understand that we can hold meetings, we can do anything, we can write reports. We can see MP and tell MP that our local MP, it doesn't have to be a black Nigerian. It could be MP. We put them in that situation, we put them in that position, so we can deal with it. You know? Because as I said earlier on, if you're going to be waiting for the 7 Nigerians that are being called to parliament, you'll be wasting your time. How many of them even know their village anymore? How many of them will see you outside and say hello to you? Because they think they had it all. So I don't get myself worked up. When I hear them that said Nigerians are in parliament, they are not Nigerians. Don't bother yourself about them. You will only bother about those ones that can write paper. The proper MP that you have in your local area. Those are the real MP. Long-standing members of parliament. They have experience. Go and visit them and speak your opinion. Tell them to write to the social services to back off in your children's situation. Tell your local MP. The majority of Nigerians are using their local MP for their home office papers alone. Tí ó dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Tí ó dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. You cannot use MP for home office paper nìkan. Tell me about it. If you don't think they should back off, please enlighten us. Put us through in this matter. We are here to educate ourselves, to learn without prejudice, without being proud. We want to know why you said that. I don't think the institution should back off in some cases. However, we need to educate them on our culture and help parents acquire parental skills. Thank you. Thank you. Bravo. Bravo. That's it. You hit it there. And that's what all the callers have been saying. If you listen, the callers have been saying that her culture needs to be implemented into this system. We need to introduce our system, our culture, our status, our class, our tribe into this thing. But having said that, where is the leader? If you remember last time when I spoke about the issue of Nigerian community house. Do we have community house in this diaspora in the United Kingdom? Where is the house that you want to entertain your visitors coming from overseas? When His Royal Majesty came last time, which house did you entertain him? If not for Reverend my mother Ajayi. If that woman is not in the diaspora, I don't know who would have accommodated Ooni of Ife when he came last time. I don't know who would have looked after him. Because there is no particular leader that we can even pinpoint and say this is our head in the diaspora. But it was that woman, Reverend Abiola Ajayi. He was the woman that took control and took charge. But had she not been in the diaspora, how that entertainment would have been done? I was still thinking. Because I'm a silent listener. I'm a silent watcher. And I always like to fold arms and watch. Who would have entertained him? Who would have come out and come and said, listen, you are my guest. I'm hosting you. But that woman took control. We need a leader in the diaspora. And this is why we need to have people being elected from here or being appointed from here and go back to the government. Let me tell you one thing. The position that Abike Dabiri is at the moment, what does the sister Abike Dabiri understand about our situation in the United Kingdom? Ask me a question and let me answer you. Let's be frank. True talk. Let's be frank with each other. What does Sister Abike Dabiri understand about what is happening in the grassroots here in the United Kingdom? How many times Sister Abike Dabiri comes to England, UK, and visit people on the local level other than going to Nigeria Commission Office? There's so much that we lack. And we worship personality, we worship stature, we worship something that's not what we're not supposed to worship. This is the thing we need to take care of. Every time we have visitors coming in, we don't even know when they came in, when they go out. It is true when Ooni Alayedua was coming, I was aware, but I was overseas. But the point here is that had Reverend Abiola Ajayi was not in the country at that time, who would have come forward and entertained that man, the Ooni, His Majesty, Arole Oodua, an important king of our tribe, of a big nation like that? Where are the caucus? Who is the leader? Who come out completely and said, listen, I am going to head Nigeria in the diaspora. I will take charge. I will take responsibility. The position they gave to Sister Abike Dabiri, and I will repeat myself again. Sister does not come to the grassroots and speak to everyone on the grassroots. With due respect, I don't like to be rude to my elders because that's not the way I was trained. But the point has to be spoken. We need to raise the point and deal with it. Sister does not get connections with people like us that can sit her down and say, listen, sister, this is the problem we are having in the diaspora. Take it back to the president. Hold on a minute. Do you want to talk about the scenario whereby you cannot even reach your president? You don't even know where the president is at the moment. That is another topic entirely. That is another topic entirely. The crucial one is that we need to know how to hold ourselves together. You see, a bunch of broom cannot be broken. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. A branch of broom can never be broken. But a single of it can easily be damaged and destroyed. We lack it. And that's what we need to address. Enough is enough. There is no way we can continue to settle for second best and allow people that just got their independence take over and take charge on us, over us in the United Kingdom. Lie. We read books. An average of Nigerians in the diaspora have a first degree. Without being boasting. But what did we use that skills for? Our knowledge, our understanding. How do we implement it? How do we bring it into this kind of situation and take charge? How long are we going to be a coward for? How long are we going to be scared of things? Run up and down, you know? How long are we going to be doing that for? Enough is enough. We need to take control of our home, our life, our institution, our tribe, nationality. Like people that have called have said, they are rightfully, they are right to mention that. Yes.
People that have called have said, they are right to mention that.
Hello. Lower your the volume of your Facebook. Yeah, thank you for coming in.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, I can hear you.
Hello?
We are in England and it's evening time in the United Kingdom. Hello. I can hear you. You see, when you call in like that, you need to lower the volume of your Facebook line. And that's the only way we can get to understand each other and hear each other's voice. You need to lower it. Now, the situation we have here is that someone is saying that most of them are not exposed, ma. They don't even know the meaning of their seats. God bless you, ma. Okay, that's the MP you are referring to. The problem we are facing is too much. Where exactly do we start from? Thank you. Because if you allowed authority to take care of your children for you, you will lose that control for life. A client of mine is regretting an action that he took before he met with me. And that action he took, he will regret it for the rest of his life. Ìwọ tó ti gbàwé tó wá lọ allow social services or social worker láti máa send ọmọ fún ẹ lọ sí ìlú ẹ. Tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ ẹ gan ló dé máa fẹ́ fi gbàwé at the end of the day. Ọmọ kan ti ṣe mistake. O tún wá jẹ́ kí wọ́n realize wípé you have a living in that your country and that by having this child is accident. The mother might be mentally derailed or mentally not capable, but that child should not have been allowed to be taken off your guard because that is your weapon to get your status in the country. So you made a blunder. So there are so many mistakes that Nigeria make in the diaspora. There are so many problems, many mistakes. And if leader is not there to lead, how are you going to address the problem? There is no community or town without a leader. They become headless. This is why the Haitians are able to get control of things in the United Kingdom. You find them in every department. They recruit each other. They recruit each other. But the case here is that we haven't got one. And if we don't have one, we will get stuck. We will not be able to put our complaint forward. All of them that goes to parliament, they go in to better their own professionalism. They went in for their own career. They are career politicians. They didn't go there to speak about their constituents. Not to now talk of speaking about Nigeria and the diaspora. They know that people will be looking at them in parliament and say, this one will not win next election. So they will be, whatever the Nigerian origin in parliament are doing at the moment, they are doing it to favor their white constituents, not black constituents. It's a big issue. There's a gap. There is a gap. When we were trying to campaign about Brexit referendum coming out, how many of these MPs have the audacity to campaign against the side that they don't want to support? How many of them? If they come out, each of them, if they come out and campaign and said, listen, we must remain in the in Europe. We must not leave Europe. United Kingdom must remain in their constituent. Some of the Nigerians that voted to leave would have used them as a role model and vote to remain. They lack it. They're not a leader. You see, to be a leader, you have to take risks, like Ojukwu said. I don't care about tribe or nationality. Ojukwu mentioned it categorically. If you have read Ojukwu's book, he said, I am involved. You might be saying that Ojukwu wanted to divide Nigeria. He doesn't want to divide Nigeria. He wants the interests of the people to be noted. You see, some leaders are there that are born as a leader. They want interest to be noted. And that is when you can be a leader. You want your people to benefit. You don't want them to be ignored. But those ones that we were referring to, forget about them. They're not representing Nigeria in the diaspora. They are representing their constituents. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Thank you for calling in.
Oh, good evening, ma. Thank you very much for this program. Great information. Thank you very much,
You're most welcome there.
You made mention about Abike Dabira. To be honest with you, Abike Dabira does not live here with us in the UK.
Exactly.
So she does not know what is going on amongst us here.
Exactly.
So I think, like you said, I strongly believe that we should have a local leader, that from time to time we can come together and reason together and look for a way forward for us, discuss issues that is affecting Nigerians here in United Kingdom, and look for a way forward to, to sort them out and things come together and discuss from time to time.
Exactly.
Because seriously, Abike Dabira does not know what is going on.
This is what
she doesn't belong to this system.
Exactly.
This does not belong to this system.
This is what I'm saying. But do you understand her position to the president? If you understand the position that they gave to that my sister, you will agree. You will agree with me that her traveling into United Kingdom, she must have contact with us. She does not have to. She doesn't have to live in the UK. The argument we are having, that I am putting forward now, for anyone who wants to hear, and I stand corrected, and I'm not changing my English for anybody, is the fact that anytime she comes to UK, she needs to get to the root of the problem in the local, in the diaspora.
But the thing is that she does not live here. How can she know what is really, really affecting us? Because she does not feel the pain. She does not feel the pain. She does not smell the pain.
I love this topic. I understand what you are saying, my sister, and I absolutely agree with you. The point here is that because we don't have a leader, particular leader on the local level, therefore there will be no one to connect with her. And if she does come to England, she probably come to pay her son's school fees, to do her son's graduation ceremony, to find her son's bride, or to probably.
It's true.
Or probably. You see, they've made us like a fool that we are in the diaspora. They think that we can never come back home anymore. God forbid.
God forbid. We reject it.
Yes,
God forbid.
they make us, they think they are marrying each other. Recently, her son got married to Ogun State Governor's daughter.
Because we really need that, because that's what we bring all of us together.
Yes.
Once we have a leader and we say, okay, Nigerians in diaspora in United Kingdom is having a meeting, that's when all of us can come together, reason together, look for a way forward for us.
Exactly.
Without that, everything is just going to be here and there.
Exactly.
Everybody will just be on their platform. We need one platform to come together, reason together, and when we stand, our voices will be heard.
Why can't we not have commissioner for diaspora, corporate affairs in diaspora?
Exactly.
Why can we not have commissioner that will be working close to the embassy and going from places to places and having meetings with us? Social media is a very good arena for people to utilize, to make use of it. How many people have used that social media to their own advantage?
To their own advantage. To their own. Seriously, mommy, you are so right. You are so on point.
How many people have used it? The person that created this is not. Maybe he's just 30. But this boy has done it. He's an angel that God has sent to do it for our time, and he has done it. He doesn't even care. But we have looked at we have seen the loopholes. Have we managed to make use of the advantage of having that social media? No. For example, it's not a big deal for Sister Abike Dabiri, and I insist on my topic. It is not a big deal for her to connect to people on social media and have a particular day, just like the way I come on and and listen to people's query and listen to people's problems.
At the same time, my own point, I'm still saying my own point is that we can have Abike Deborah as the international one, but we still need a local leader that lives with us here, that breathes with us, breathe the same air, drink the same water we drink, understand the system, knows what we are going through. Abike Deborah does not know all those things.
I agree with my sister. I am not saying that is not the case. But my point is that when she comes in and out.
Yes.
Would you want to agree with me that this woman meets with people when she comes in?
But mommy, it's only once. I think since she's it's only once that I've noticed that she's around. I've never noticed that she's around.
And she tags it.
I've never noticed that she's around.
She tags it. She tags it as if it tags in Bamosi or West Central London Bridge. She tags it.
Imagine. So I don't know. Anyway, God will help us. I thank you, mommy. Thank you so much, mommy. You're doing a fabulous and a fantastic job, and we're proud of you. Seriously, we are proud of you. Once you call, we will be there because we want Nigerians in UK to have one voice, one stand. Imagine if we come together as a one body in United Kingdom. Trust me, we will move mountains.
Exactly.
We will move mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, ma. God bless you,
Thanks for calling me. Thank you, bye.
Yes.
So that is the situation that we are having. With due respect, without being arrogant or being disrespectful or being rude to my elder, these are the area of concern. Whenever she comes into the country, there has to be some contact on the grassroots. And social media is an arena to have connection with people that you are representing. If there is no connection, if you are not connected, who are you representing? The chairs, the TV, the cars? What else? When you call yourself a politician, you are representing people, human beings. And when you are a leader, you are representing human beings. And these are the areas that I am worried about. And this is why we are having the issue of these social workers, social services getting on Nigerians people's in the diaspora's nerves. I am not saying Nigerians are not harsh, but let me tell you, they love their children. They're not mad. It's just the way that the system has, brought them up, trained them. I wasn't smacked when I was younger. I cannot even remember whether my dad smacked me. Alako working no more. So I cannot retaliate and do it back to my children because I didn't get it from my parents. I was brought up softly. And I will encourage the Nigerians that are there in the diaspora, please don't get yourself into the hands of the social services anymore. It's not worth it. Because the child that they have taken away from you will have been brainwashed by the time they return that child back to you. The child that they have taken away from you would have been brainwashed by the time the child, even if I thought they would release that child back to you until she's 18 or probably 16, and then will have her freedom or his freedom to locate you. That is not how we want it to be. That is not how we want it to be. So I would like to encourage us to change our method of dealing with our kids. We need to change our technique. We understand our settings from back there where we're coming from. But that does not mean that we should be using that to get ourselves criminal record. Because once you are taken into that cell, you will be breathalyzer. When you are breathalyzed, the fingerprints will be taken. You will be naked. So you've been degraded already. Your stature has become immediately reduced. And when we call off stature, we're not talking about your height in stature. Check your dictionary again. They have reduced that stature for you immediately. Forget about your height. It's physical. So we got to be very careful the way we talk to our kids. And especially some of you that fails to speak Yoruba to your children in the house or your language, you are the causes, you are the genesis of your problem. Ọmọ tó bá gbọ́ èdè, a child that understands the dialect, local language, will never make mistake. Because every time you speak that language to that child and say, listen, move away from that. I was speaking to my children one day and people were asking me, of course, why wouldn't they understand Yoruba when I am teaching people not to ignore their heritage? Why should I not speak Yoruba to my kids? And in the presence of their friends, I say to them, Mrs. whatever, I still tell them, say, oh, but time by you. But you can't say it in English in the presence now. Language barrier. We need to understand our language. We need to incorporate it. We need to encourage our kids to understand our language. How I did mine is by His grace. But I know that definitely I did not speak English to them in the house. Occasionally I speak English. But when they were growing, I don't speak English at all. That's the way I was, I handle things and deal with them. And I want to encourage parents, especially mothers. Put your eyes on ground properly. Talk to your children. Talk to them. Talk to into their heads. Let them know that they are not Oyibo, so that they don't lose their heritage. Tell them that if they report their father and their father is taken away, that is their food that is taken away, their liberty is taken away, their alanu. So we need to understand, we need to educate, we need to incorporate, we need to give knowledge and impart life, empower people. I want to say thank you to all of you. I want to praise you. I want to cherish you. I want to leave you with some beautiful music before I go, so that we will not spend all our day thinking of social services or anything. Who is that again? I thought we finished today. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for calling from
Yes,
United States.
From America.
Thank you. Bless you. I can see that number.
Yeah, I was trying when you say you are speaking Yoruba to your children.
Thank you.
I just want to back what you just said now. Something happened in my children's school one time. They called me.
Okay.
And because when they called me, they told me they want to suspend my daughter. I said for what? They are trying to explain, but concern that Yoruba you said, I spoke Yoruba to my daughter. And the teacher said, what? I said, I'm trying to back what you are saying. I told my daughter by that time, because I told her if they suspend you from this school, I said it in Yoruba that so what you call me by next flight, no matter Nigeria. Then my daughter started saying, please, mommy, please. That's what I told my people back in US too. Some people when they left Nigeria, they lost their culture.
And it's a shame.
Now we are living, telling me, and you are from Nigeria. Some people, when I saw people at my church, they say, this is your brother or your sister. I say, I'm so sorry, they are not my brother and sister. Because they can't be my brother and sister as a Nigerian brother. Because the way they behave, they don't behave like Nigeria. I mean, I don't want to associate myself with them. Those people, it's not about outfit too. When people that knew me in Facebook, I dress in my cultural outfit every time. Once you can say something that time that they bad baby. I went to Manhattan. Those who know Manhattan in New York.
Yes,
I bought my nephew in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. All the white people look at me. Oh, is he okay? Is he not suffocated? Is he not this? I think yes, it's good. This is the convenient way for me to carry him, because I can't carry stroller inside the elevator in the train station. But the way I back him, it's okay, it's fine. They almost call police, but I'm ready for the police. And the way it's happening in New York, like you said something about those people in parliament in your place. Like me, if I have any issue, I went to my district borough, and it's America. Because the way people do, Nigerian people are doing down here, it makes me I don't know. Some people I don't want to, I'm proud to be a Nigerian, because when I'm on Facebook or I'm on live chat, I say I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Precisely there, I'm proud of myself. It depends on the individual. All these things they are saying about children, it depends on individual home. Some children, they are bad. When I first came to the United States of America, my sister told our children, if you call ACS, they call it ACS in our place. That's Administrative Children's Service. That if you call ACS, no problems. The ACS, you're going to go there first out. You won't find it yet. You won't, if you want to take everything in the fridge, you need to take permission before you can say, can I take this, can I take? Not that the way you do your money place. They are just spoil the life of that children. It's not that they are helping them. Those people they call social worker in your place and ACS in my place. But sometimes when I go to my friend's house or to any family house, if I see the way the children is treated, because of children, they went beyond the normal. I told you the parents, I said, better take these children to Africa. Some people say Africa is not good, every Nigeria is not good, it's not good. Sometimes you need to take some children back home to go learn. Like what you said, yeah, some people they get I'm not going to say that in a hard way, they learn in hard way. Like my mom now, my mommy don't need to say anything to me when I was very young. I was 6 years when my daddy died. So my mommy don't want to say, she won't say anything. If my mommy looks from you out, you will know what she's talking about before she hits you. I mean, I don't stay there because I don't like people to smack me by that time. So we are grown with my mom. You know, like the way they say 130 years, boy went out with our friend and the cop police on our father. What the children have been sometimes is not good. It's not good. It's not good. Let's be realistic to ourselves. You know, it happens different ways, but some children, some mother are bad, some parents are bad, but some children, they are really bad too. If I was the parents, they want to put me into trouble. I will send them back to Africa. I love them, but I don't want them to put me in trouble. Because if I'm trying to make them like, oh, to be good or something like that, to face their education, and they want to copy those people here. That's not where I came from. I'm not raised here. I'm born in Nigeria. I'm raised in Nigeria. And I came to the United States of America, or they came to London or whatever. Some people, they grow up before they came to abroad. And when they get here, they lost the culture. But I pray that God will help us. That's the only thing I can say. But when you're talking about the language, some people, I love Igbo. Like what you said, I love the Igbo people. And they call some people Spanish, tribe in my place in America. If they born their children here, they will teach them their language. They don't go to their country. They call them Spanish here. Starting from 1 year, there are people who are going to be speaking Spanish to their children, and they will hear the language. Back on here too, I saw some Igbo people. They born their baby here. They are speaking Igbo. And then we Yoruba want to speak for them. I got it. And the children can say good morning to everyone. Some children are going to see you the way you are old, mommy. Like starting, or they're going to be greeting you when they're supposed to kneel down and greet you. You know, don't we help us, mommy? And I'm proud of you. You are doing a good job. That's why I love to watch your show. And now you have 172 now. Don't reduce to 172 people watching you. If it is 5 now, they're going to have 1 million. And that's it that happened in UK now. They're supposed to, like what you said, some people are supposed to call me for that thing that is happened. So now when I'm watching them, I'm really irritated. It's really irritating me. That, oh, this is Nigeria people. That's also all what they can do. That's all what they are doing there.
Thank you, ma. God bless you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Bless you, ma. Kido Kokpo Shokilo Belge, I have to go now. I've been in the office since 6:30, 7 o'clock because of my visitors that I have from the authority, you know, so we feel good, we feel happy. You do it right, you feel happy. You don't do it right, you get lost. God bless you, every one of you. God bless you. Enjoy my music. I love Chief Ebenezer Obey to the core. I love that music to the core. I am not Ijesha, so don't get me mixed up. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's up to you to take kids to Nigeria. I've done my bit. My kids know where to go to when they land in Lagos. You need to do the same. God bless you, my sister. Love you there. Well done, my darling. Thank you. We need to start having that impact upon each other's life. I show love towards one another. Love is the only thing that can take us far. I'm not taking calls anymore. My brain can't take it anymore. God bless you. We'll be back for a similar topic. I can't take calls anymore. Thank you all for your support. I remain humble. Láìsí tí yín báyọ̀ ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. Exactly. And love lóru, and lálẹ́, and from sílẹ̀ sínú ilé. Everything owó mi is from God. Take it easy. Take it easy. Who is this asking me? I don't have a date to come on. I just come on whenever I'm free. I don't have a permanent time or permanent date. There is no need for one. It's a social media. I love you too, darling. Thank you. Let's take it easy. God will be with us. And we will not die in the foreign land. No matter what, even though those of us that were born here, that they gave birth to us at Whittington or East Linton or whatever hospital, our blood and flesh and love, the British, we are Nigerian heritage, Nigerian origin. I cannot deny. I listen to more Nigerian music than English music. I do a lot of things, you know. Whether the enemy likes it or not, back off. If you don't back off, you get yourself blamed. Life is sweet to have enemies. Take it easy, guys. Take care of your children. How do you know? Ayé ẹ má máa ká kòkó o. Nítorí pé o, inú abọ́ máa dà mọ́ o. Àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀, orí ẹyẹ ni ó pẹ́yẹ. I've been away, that's why you can't see me online. I was busy doing my work. I am a workaholic. I am a workaholic. Ṣiṣẹ́ láàárọ̀ kó gbádùn lálẹ́. Kò yẹ pé kó ṣeré láàárọ̀ kó wá máa ṣiṣẹ́ lálẹ́. You're fantastic, guys. I love you all. Thank you for your support. Oh, yes. Exactly. That's how to bring children up. Children must take permission in the house before they take things. Oh, mommy, can I have this? Auntie, like, seriously, you are very beautiful. I must say, ma, your black is just kinikan. Kilo share. Thank you. Yeah. Why having holiday and take children to US, take them to Europe, when you're supposed to take them to Nigeria to experience? Thank you, my dear Jari. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all your support. And I pray for you as you are concerned about the issues of Nigerians in the diaspora to move forward successfully in a positive way. The Lord will elevate you. The Lord will catapult you to the land of success. The Lord will catapult you to the people that will elevate you, to people that will assist you. If anyone think that they are too big and they want to block your destiny, the Lord will uproot them and take them away from you. For you, you will be able to celebrate, and you will be celebrated. Yes, so thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I have to go now. I've been in since morning, but I've been looking forward to discuss this topic today. Ìgbà ọ̀sán, ìgbà alẹ́, kálẹ̀ sàn dòwúrọ̀ lọ bàbá. Ìgbà ẹ̀já láyé o. Thank you. I have to go now. Thank you very much. Love you all.